So sorry to leave you there, hovering. Let's get down to earth, shall we? I believe our promise from last session was that we were going to try to put in a passenger rail line. Perhaps we could do that on this side of the road, more on the beach side. I think as long as I'm not directing this onto two tracks, I shouldn't be interfering too much, so we'll just try to sneak it in, sort of mirrored and opposite from the cargo rail yard. It should work just fine. Quick check to the city first. What do we have going on here? I guess this cable car situation is effectively making it unbearable to live here. I should probably resolve that situation, lest it be unbearable to live here. So I'm not sure if I should just remove that cable car entirely. I like the idea of it. It's completely superfluous, and it is now so loud it is literally making us sick. So we'll come back around to it. I'm sorry, cable cars. Alright, and these poor folks will just be floating in the air forever. Sorry, little Tommy. Sorry, young Cynthia. Your youthful lives cut short. Cruelty of fate. Alright, so hopefully that will resolve our issue there. We almost went soundly negative with a rapid expansion of beach utilities that I performed yesterday. Oh, hey there, beach utilities. I remember what you nearly cost me. But we're finally evening out. You can see we're about to jump back up into the positive, I believe. Whew. If anyone has a handkerchief I could borrow to mop the sweat gently from my brow after that harrowing situation, I would dearly appreciate it. Oh, good morning, all. So nice to see you there. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for checking out my beach with me on this fine morning of ours. I'm kind of wondering if I should bring this road even further along towards the cliff a bit. I'm not sure. Could sync it back up to this intersection. Possibilities, possibilities. But let's focus on this rail line first, because that will A, help cut down on a little bit of traffic, and B, bring brand new tourists who haven't had the opportunity to our shores. We also just expand the forest of nonsense a touch while we're here. It's time. Time for the forest of nonsense to be expanded. Well, just a touch. Might as well put something here, too. Alright, there isn't a huge demand for jobs. We still have some office spaces that's taking up a lot of that. That's fine. Alright, so we're climbing up towards 17,000. That's where we need to get in order to unlock crematoriums. A little bit morbid, but that's our goal. So I want to go from there. We'll take one curve and see if we can figure this out. Oh, let's do freeform like the other one. We'll just make it all wonky together. Try something like that. Give it a quick pause here. And let me see how big this thing is. So we have a cargo train station. That's that one there. What does a train station look like? Should be able to just fit it right in. so let me take out these, and this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's go ahead and give it a touch of room off the corner there. It's a shame that you can't add rails, like rail yards, to an existing line. I don't know why, with something like a rail yard, why they wouldn't allow you to snap it to the road, or, hey, dealer's choice, snap it to the existing rail line, and then you can add the road later. It would make it much, much easier. Sorry, train. Going to have a dreadful accident here. Hundreds dead. Nope, I don't want straight. What a shame. Okay, let me try a little bit more of a curve here. Maybe not quite that much of a curve. There. That's fixed it. Alright. This is still rough, but at least it's under the rail, under the roadway there, so it's not as visible as it could be, but it's still rough. However, I think that is officially synced up. I'm not sure exactly how train traffic works. Like, I'm not sure if I should have two exclusive railways, one for cargo, one for passenger, but I'm hoping that it doesn't really matter. That they can kind of do, whatever. The one thing I did forget was to make this out of decorative roadway, just in order to match the other side. Let's go ahead and tree it up. Hemlock Street. Well, that's lovely. Alright, so people should be able to actually come from outside the map, travel into the train station, and visit our beach amenities and shops, and then, say, catch the train back to their home at the end of the day. So we should be getting some rail tourism now. We can also add some things like hotels. Pardon me. Some things like hotels. I get all choked up when I think about this industry. So that people from out of state can stay overnight and spend more money, etc., etc. Not that I'm necessarily trying to gouge the out-of-staters, but welcome to our fair city. Please spend your coin. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this another block or two while we're here. We can't even start extending it outward a bit. Let me do that just a touch to remind myself. I think we want doubles, and we don't want it to be upgrade, and I think that's the right number. Yeah, that should be good. So we'll just have a couple of blocks ready for some rapid industry expansion should we need it. We don't, according to our demand bar, but that's sort of what this whole area is for, so I want to start shaping that out just a bit. We can put maybe some more parks and amenities in this block, and then a couple more industry zones out here before we get into more of this farmland area. That's the other thing to consider here, too. I've now placed a giant rail station in the middle of it. There was already a rail line running right through the middle of it, but this lighter green grass here does indicate farmland or agricultural richness. And so if we wanted to sync something up with our rail line, we could build a couple of farms here and start, sending train loads full of potatoes down the way. Won't that be nice? Another option that's now open to us. Alright, I'm hoping that as the people who live here in these residential zones begin to make use of our education district, these "we don't have enough educated workers" issues will go away. I know when you're building out into a new area with brand new residences, there's a little bit of education lag as it catches up. So it's not uncommon, but I'm hoping they go away eventually. So, let's see if this train station does in fact work. We'll get it back moving again. Sorry about the derailment. That was, so my bad. Yeah, that's how trains work, yeah. That makes sense to me. Eek. Have I created a permanent issue? Aha, we have a permanent issue over here unless I do something about it. We need water, first and foremost. Let's just run it from here. Good. Alright, and power. Shame about the power. There's not a real good way to run it through here, I don't think, but let me try. Yeah, it's not going to like that unless we string it around. Okay, fair enough. That might be close enough. Let's try it. Unpaused. Hello, and welcome. And yes, how is everyone on this fine Sunday morning of ours? Is this our Sunday morning? I've lost my luggage tags. So hard to tell. I don't know if this is going to cause a problem, or if it's just going to go away, eventually. I'm really hoping for the latter. Since I've added the additional rail yard, however, you see my money is now going the other way. More trains, more conductors to pay. Sorry about that. So I'm going to need, I guess, a few more houses to even it out again. Let me see where I can put a few more houses. 'Cause that's really the only thing they're demanding here. I am going to make a couple of rough cuts. Let's try this here. I apologize to the Bryn. I'm going to make this high density instead of low density residential on this side of the fire station carousel break. So we'll still have our low density housing along here, but towards this row of apartments we will also make these apartments. That will just give us a little extra residential room to work with. Probably go ahead and unpause it while we do that. Okay. think I can take him up on any of those. Should be good there. That will hopefully get us going back the right way money-wise in just a second. Let me speed it up to even it out. Those should also follow the European theme, up the hill a little higher. Alright, money's still going the wrong way. There we go. It's turning around now. Now that people are moving in. Nope, now it's back the other way. Okay. It can't seem to make up its mind. It keeps jumping. I wonder if I'm paying some sort of like bi-weekly maintenance cost. Seems to be the idea. Alright, so it's not doing me any good to have it going that way right now. I haven't even been able to check if our passenger station is working. I'm sure it is. Finally, this train seems to have fixed itself. Good. Alright. I guess I just need to find another bit of housing here. Let me start putting some in here. No. One extra. Okay. Aha, finally free from the week's classes and able to check the stream. Hey there, welcome. So nice to see you again. Let me do this as well. These blocks are a touch off, but nah. That's the way I like it. Alright, that should be fine. Let's take that. Let's take this. Just gonna make this a little bit more of a densely packed area here. Though I don't want to cut too much into the forest just yet. Power should work itself out, so let's see here. Are these all educational buildings? Do any of them have a noise pollution? Not really. That's great. So this is a quiet, despite the fact that it's on like a main collector thoroughfare, it's a very quiet area, so I can probably build apartments in all but that corner. That's fantastic. Alright, high density. We're going to select manually. Let's start filling this in. Alright, that's off. Let's cut it there for now. We'll try to get them to take us up on a few of these, and then we can fill in more. There we go. Alright, so I don't want that one. We'll keep... There we go, finally. Keep waiting, just so that I don't accidentally take them up on that catty corner. There we go. This should help both our population and our money start climbing back the right way. have that little spare line in that block. May as well take advantage of it. Put a little pathway through. Thank you. So this should be the start of a nice, new, quiet neighborhood near the educational district, near most of the shops. Some little centers around here. And providing just, pound for pound, the most nutritional, high-density population you could ask for. Am I going to eat the people? Well, I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided. Lake Consternation Reserve has reached level 3. We have unlocked a new camping site, some lean-to shelters, and some lookout towers, which are really just expansion towers for the witch. That's all. Lookout towers, yes. Yes, please. Oh, yes, people come to Menzoberranzan for the fires. That's our main attraction. Our main export is wood and charred wood. Welcome. Alright, so, Lake Consternation Reserve. So sorry, I was very slowly remembering what we're doing there. Ah, I guess we must have a... Or, I guess it was just taken care of. We must have had a fire somewhere, but the helicopter cancelled itself. Thank you anyway, helicopter. Thanks for using all of that fuel that I purchased. So, let's see if we can add just a couple more things in here to help it move right along. What is our next milestone? 5,000 visitors. So we're halfway there. Let's go ahead and kick this up just a touch. $6 seems fine. We'll come back around to it. Alright, so... Nature Reserve... And... Tent camping site number 1... Camping site number 1. This is the new one. Yes, lovely. So this does actually have, like, cabins, seemingly, rather than just... The other one just has these tents, I think, in the trees. So, where's a good spot for one or more of these? Right by the cemetery? That's not going to be wildly haunted cabins here. No. No, certainly not. Have a good week at camp. Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat there when I dropped you off. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a good week. I also kind of want one over here, but I'm not sure what it's going to do to the landscape. Let's see what it does to the landscape. It's $5,000. That's kind of cool, actually. I wouldn't want to use that outhouse specifically if I had a preference, or if I had to divulge my preference. It's a little bit close to the road there. But, irresponsible to leave it. I kind of love it there. We'll roll with it for now. And then amenities for the witch, of course. Good amenities for the witch. Something for, yeah, a little shelter down there. Alright. So these are significantly smaller than a fire watch tower. That's nice. They don't necessarily have to be roadside, it seems. Put them anywhere, but they do snap onto the road. Let's put a couple in some sensual locales. Sure. Sort of a lifeguard situation, maybe. Yeah. I like that. Alright. So do I need another... I don't think I even checked. Do I need another entertainment boost, or is it just visitors? Entertainment is fine. Alright. Especially with those new additions. So, once again, we're just leaving Lake Consternation to build and build. Good luck. I still haven't quite seen a drop-off here. I'm sure they've been happening. You see people heading to their cars. So it seems like our passenger station is working. Let's just actually sit here for a bit to see if we can catch it, which I have not been doing. Yes, there is a real Goosebumps zombie camp going on here. Welcome to Zombie Summer Camp. So yeah, those are going right through. Cargo trains don't need to stop at the passenger rail station. They're also spawning to export. That must be a passenger train. So I've probably just missed it again, but yeah, it seems to be working fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I think you can even... It's probably silly. I should have done this first. Yeah, there's like a spawned passenger train. Good. I should be able to see passengers serviced last week, 3, so it's not making, huge numbers yet. But it should. The other thing I want to consider, too, while we have a little bit of money to spend, I would prefer our money be going up, up, up before we launch into this, but I would like to try to get a subway going from Beach City, say, whatever we want to call that, down into, here-ish. Somewhere around here. So that's going to have like a big maintenance cost, and you have to dig the underground tunnels for it, blah, blah, blah. It's rather expensive to do a subway. Should probably wait until we're back up above 1 million or so for that. I don't know why they're having so much trouble there. But let's give everyone a quick joy check. That's going to be a big one. See if there's any areas that have been sadly neglected. There's definitely some dismal thoughts happening up and around here. Let's fix that. I don't necessarily need a carousel. I was just using that to bring the filter up. What would make sense here? Small playground, perhaps. And a nice botanical gardens in here across from the hospital would be very nice, but a botanical gardens is really nice to have in a central location because it has like a huge joy radius. So putting it out here wouldn't be very effective. Putting it here would be very effective, but I wish I could get it into the middle of this empty block. That would be awesome, actually. All I'd have to do is, like, delete this building? Maybe? Oh, let's try it. I kind of like that spot. Give it a quick pause. D-zone this. Sorry, my friend. Yeah, that'll work. Let's put it a touch more in the center. Let's give it a little pedestrian path around the side. More than I needed. I don't know why I thought the radius of the garden extended past that point. There we go. We'll find out how to sync it up over here. I want to probably let those corner buildings come in first. This one's not going to be a problem, though. I'll take them up on that. Actually, let me run it here. I like that better. From there, let's do it from here. Huh. Off center there. This one works. Let's take it from right across. I would like to have it there. That makes the most sense to me, but it's weird there. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Let's try to throw in a quick coverage. And maybe a little more coverage. Come on, it's a celebration. You with your fire escape. And you're wanting to have a fire escape? Fine. Fine, I see how it is. There. So we have a little botanical garden, a little pathway around it. Ah. That's just going to be our little secret. Pity this fountain is being intersected by the ground. Oh well. Make a wish, kids. Throw your penny into the dirt. Alright, so how's our joy looking now? A little bit better. Still some room for improvement in the odd corner here. Let's throw a bouncy house right into the sea. Always been curious. Let's go back down to 2 speed, just in case. In case there's another fire or something. There should be a way to slip this just in there, I think. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, and then is there any break where I could take a connection through here? Perhaps. Yeah. Totally connects. Great. Alright. I'll give them a little extra carousel access there. I wish I could string one right through there, but that's a little too thin. A little too narrow. Looking for any opportunities like that, though, where it's just wide enough. Those are my favorite. Alright. So I think luxury should be doing better on this side of things. We do have our passenger railway in. It doesn't seem to be taking... like they're not taking much advantage of it yet. But we'll put in some extra amenities right by the passenger station, like maybe a hotel and, I don't know, taxi service or something right there. We'll make it more of a good choice for them to take us up on it. So we have plenty of room for improvement here. Our Lake Consternation Reserve is upgrading again. Promenade Park is already as high as it can go, so we should probably start a new park soonish. I am going to finally get rid of this. Just to save the road maintenance cost. Because the other thing I was considering while I was keeping this around in the back of my mind is like, oh, since it's already over there, maybe we could just make another lake where that's placed, but it's like right in the middle of all that delicious, rich farmland. So no thank you. I'm not going to put a lake there. Maybe over here where it's all irony. A mineral bath. I see the question in the chat there. What do you mean by make a wish, kids? Throw your penny into the dirt. There's a tradition. It may be localized when you're a child. Where was that? And it was in Beach City, and it was in the Botanical Gardens. That's right. When you're a child, you're supposed to throw pennies or small coins into a fountain and make a wish. It's like, I hope I get ice cream later. Here's a penny. And it's a form of, I guess, littering and sort of an ecological crime. that we just allow children to commit for funsies. But see here, this fountain has intersected the dirt, so the kids' wishes are never going to come true. They throw them into the dirt. It doesn't count. You're not going to get ice cream later. If that explains at all. So yes, do throw your pennies into the grass. Get out of here, kid. What can we add that would make sense just around here? Trying to see if there are any other... It can actually affect the train lines themselves. That's interesting. So if we had multiple railways, we could create loops and exclusive express lanes. Nice. We do have like a postal service too, post service. I've never gone down that path. I think it's relatively recent addition. Tours, huh? Sightseeing buses, hot air balloon tours. That's cool. Oh wow, this might be necessary in Beach City to have some hot air balloon tours. Where would that go? Interesting that it's showing me like the appeal of it. I guess that's what you would want to see from the balloon. Is that what it's trying to say? So like if a balloon is floating over the Lake Consternation Reserve, yeah, that's some good stuff to see. But if it's floating out here, relatively flat, I am unimpressed. It's interesting. It's like sort of land value, but land value as seen from the sky. That's a funny filter. I've never seen this before. I don't know what this would do exactly. I kind of want to try it. Let's try putting it, right here. Right here, say. Well, that messed up the cemetery significantly. Oh, we'll move it just a touch. I'll try to be responsible, not lazy. $1,500, never mind. I'm gonna be lazy. There. Just to respect the dead. We'll put it a touch out. I like this, though. Balloon is adjusting position. Okay, they're taking off. That is amazing. I'm not really one of those people that desires to be in the sky, necessarily. I'm not one of those bird people. I guess you could call them. Though I've always been fascinated by hot air balloons. Like, what would that be like? Just suspended from a hot ball of gas. Way, way up in the sky. I can't even imagine. Sounds like a sort of punishment. In a sense. So this is lovely. You can float out over the bog of tomfoolery in your hot air balloon. I hope that will attract some more guests here. Let's go ahead and try to find a way to sync these up. I'm just now seeing our opportunity for roadway access. Let's just make it a weirdness out here. A right weirdness. Switch over to freeform. Let's come from this angle, actually. Not quite that much. Still not quite that much. Let's just do it curved. Yeah, why wouldn't we? Alright. We have a bit of weirdness. That's what I like to see. So now you can go right from the train station, say, to the hot air balloon tours, visit your grandma at the retirement home. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be grand. Yeah, there's a couple of people. 3 people in just that train, as opposed to 3 people serviced, like, during the entire last week. So it's starting to catch on. Rail travel. It's going to be a thing. I guess I should probably have a little, hop across or something here. I want to take this up by 1. Hop it right on across. That's the way. Actually, I do kind of want that curved. Let's try it. Must be a way to do both of these things at once. I haven't tried this necessarily. Huh. Alright. Go up. There you go. That's what I want. Seems like that can just be a straightaway. So, like, right here is actually some really good road access, fertile farmland that connects directly up with that railway. Something I'm wondering is, in these, like, industrial sections here, is there a way to have, like, a special rail industry yard, or does it just all go through here? I'm wondering if there's, like, a specific... I want to build a sawmill rail yard. Because it kind of seems like that's more of a park thing, but I know they have that Industries DLC, which added some of that stuff to Industries. We'll figure it out. I'm just speculating wildly. However, we have some nice connections going now. Both cargo and passenger railway. We are still seemingly importing a lot here, like a lot of even commercial traffic stuff is coming in at the cargo station, which is really interesting. I like that they have that option. But it is creating, like, more than just industrial traffic out here, which I wasn't really planning for. Let's fix any of our potential intersection issues. Alright. That should be fine. There's our hot air balloon way out here now. Wow. I really like the little spark of life that adds to proceedings. That's lovely. There go our brave firemen. Thank you for your service. Alright, so our money is never quite evened out. I keep adding stuff that's taking us the wrong way, but we're holding steady at no money at all, going back and forth. We are at 13, so another, like, pretty much just the exact same size expansion as we put here, 4 blocks worth, basically, should do it. So if I say fill out the rest of these, we might get up to 17,000. I should go ahead and do that now. It's far enough from the last pile of folks I allowed in that it shouldn't be creating any population waves or anything weird. So let's see where this gets us, and then we should be about done for the day. Thank you for your patience here. This has been just what I needed. It has been a very, very long week. And it is now Sunday, My Sunday, about to be the start of a new week. It's not what I wanted there, but oh well. Just let him roll with it. So I am not sure. Come tomorrow morning when it's a new Monday and I'm supposed to have been well rested from the weekend, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with myself, to be honest with you. But it's just one of those weeks. Oh, come on now. There you go. Ooh, just in time. Alright, so some of these got messed up, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I am, however, going to worry about it a little bit. Just to get rid of that. So that we can fill that path in all the way down. I want to continue that trend here. Make sure we have sort of a little pedestrian thoroughfare through. I'm just now seeing that they have this, like, decorated park path. Oh, it's a park path, that's why. I probably don't necessarily want to bring park stuff into it. But that should be fine. Alright, and then these are the last two. And they're already filled in. One over here, I see. So, let's see where that gets us. We're still desperately wobbling on the money front. I'm going to create another little, just to increase the property value of this. I'm going to create a recreational block of sorts. Actually, it should probably be the extended block as the recreational block. That would make sense. Let's do that. Alright. So let me try to continue the trend. And then see what we can fit in around it here. A huge Zen garden fits, good. A bouncy castle and carousel do not, okay. Maybe it's just Zen garden we're going with. Huh, that may be the only one that's actually 4 squares. I thought there was like 2 other options that were 4 squares, but okay. This will be a slightly repetitious, but hopefully very entertaining block. I actually kind of love that. Everyone gets their own Zen garden and koi pond. Alright, so that should make them, like, very, very happy around here to start leveling up those residential areas, which I think just helps them spend more money. How are we doing health-wise out here? Good, good. Just across from that gymnasium and community pool, so that's keeping people exercised, which is keeping them healthier. I don't see any bad zones, though this is a little bit deep and far from a clinic. But I think we're all right there. I am seeing, like, ambulance access. What is that? Green on the road. It seems like it must just be healthcare availability, and so these aren't necessarily healthcare facilities, they're just helping a little. So I would be served to put a clinic out this way. Let me put it just off the road here. That seems to make a certain sense. Alright. And then the roadway is now green. We have ambulance access, etc. So even though I can fool myself into thinking that a gymnasium provides you with health care, you need ambulance access on the roads to really do it. So up here as well, you can see the roads are dark. That's not ideal. I wonder if that would mess up the grid too badly. I just snuck it in there. Let's try it. Please don't mess up the grid. Should be fine. Alright. So that'll help a lot. Now everywhere has ambulance access to it, I believe. Still a little bit sparse up here. Oh, let's throw another clinic in then. I wish there was enough room there. That would be perfect. That would be a nice spot. Okay, I'll stop. Put it out here. Nice. Cliffside clinic, alright. Oh wow, that hot air balloon dipping down into Lake Consternation. So lovely. Ah, so lovely. So that should help our average health begin to skyrocket there. I think we have pretty good ambulance roadway coverage all around the map. Now, let's jump over to education. These are new buildings. It always freaks me out. I'm like, oh, they don't have any education access. It's like they're just getting there. It should be all right. I think we have everything we need in this little block. High school, university, yeah. That's great. Pardon my throat. Ahem. So they're all doing fine. High school access is getting a little sparse up here, which we could definitely fix. But it's also not, like, wildly necessary. I think it's just those are, again, new buildings. Because I messed them all up. So I think they have plenty of education access down there. I'm not going to worry about it. Give these guys a little bit more time. But if they end up needing another high school on this side of the city, I won't be super surprised. Still doing pretty good out here. We could put in another entertainment building. I kind of want to just connect these up at this point. 1 second. Let's do that. Aw, come on. Slope too steep? What do you mean? And I don't know why it doesn't like that spot. It should have 2 full squares. But okay. Okay. It's fine. Guess that's gonna mess up that house. Sorry to that house. Alright. And then I was gonna put in just a little something here next to the cemetery. Seemed to make sense. To help them out. Oh, sure. Why not? Leave that 4-lane access just in case we go this way towards the highway there. That should keep them happy. How about in the new lumber zone here? I like the compactness of these Zen gardens. They don't have a very big radius, but they don't really need one for this. I could put that right there. That's another one of their... It's pretty much their last available industrial slot, but I kind of want to go for it. And you know, I did that foolish thing where I placed a bunch of these zones, but I didn't put trees underneath them. That was silly of me. I should fix that. Let me go ahead. As sad as it is, pause it. Get rid of both of those. And this one. And then we'll just throw some trees in there. Hopefully that'll make it a nursery instead. That's what we want. But we'll try it. Back up to 3 speed. See if we can get it to cooperate. Hello, hello. Welcome. It has been so nice to hang out with you guys here. I'm probably just about to the end of the session. Good, that did come in as a nursery. We can keep fixing any of those that are being uncooperative, even like these that we just left a while ago. That doesn't look like a nursery. That one worked. This one's being uncooperative. So sometimes it just doesn't behave. I'm not entirely sure why. Ideally, if there are that many trees on a spot where a lumber forest industry building is built, it should be a nursery. But sometimes it just does whatever it wants, so we'll come back through and cycle some of those out. I know there's a couple of them in the... There's a lot of them in the new lumber zone, even. Yikes. Let me try to fix some of these while we're thinking of it. It's like there do seem to be plenty of trees there. I'm not sure why it's making the decision it's making. But we'll see if this helps. Seemingly not. Like, I think if it's a nursery, it just immediately changes into those trees, and it doesn't need to construct anything. So if you see any construction, it's like, oh, it failed. And that's just weird. So, like, that one worked. Great. There. So it must just be slightly random, even though it reaches the parameters for being a nursery. It must randomize itself sometimes. Not a big deal. We'll get there. I'm gonna try this one again, in fact. Because I'm sure that that's enough trees. And we still have a touch of industry need that I'm working off of there. Come now, forest of nonsense. Do cooperate. Do cooperate. Go ahead and pause this for a second. That should be plenty of trees too, yeah. Just gonna give them all a chance to reconsider. I should. It has been a while since I've saved it. Let me give a quick look around for fires. Hopefully this should be fine. Let's go ahead and give it a save. Do pardon. Come on, forest of nonsense. Ah, this is nonsense. No construction. You stop it, you naughty boy. Try filling this in. It's like, it's also completely based on where the grid lines are. So even though there may look to be a lot of trees, if there's not a specific number of trees in the grid line, it might be getting messed up. There, that finally became a nursery. This did not. A shame. What a disappointment you are to us all. check back. Watched pot never boils and all. So that's looking much better. We're filling in a lot of these, what would be import industries, bringing lumber in on the rail line and then carving it into furniture here. We are now growing our own trees, and you carve the furniture elsewhere. I'm tired. I've carved enough. That's good. Let's go ahead and try to fix these. Add just a few more trees in there. Perfect. Came right back in. I'm also thinking that these are probably like the bad kind, the kind we don't want. Good, lovely nursery there. But you get the picture. We will keep filling that in as we're able, so that we're hopefully importing next to nothing. All rise. All the time. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so I am probably just about out of time. Let's jump back to our passenger rail line. We were trying to find something to put in here that made sense. That made it sort of like a tourism area. Trying to find something more like a hotel, but I'm not sure where that might be. Park maintenance buildings is also something I should consider. That's interesting. So it's any luxury building, any carousel, any bouncy house, on down to actual park amenities like campgrounds within a nature reserve, can all seemingly be boosted, and none of them are currently. So this would be interesting to check out. I don't know what kind of access it needs. I guess it just has vehicles that go out and perform maintenance. So yeah, I should just try to make the roadway green. But I want to put this in a big empty area we don't need, basically. Which is few and far between. Areas we don't need. Slope is too steep in through there. That's probably fair. So I kind of want to put it off, like here, maybe? Just for now. Would have access to a couple of things, but it doesn't really have access, like, direct into Lake Consternation, which is where it is mostly needed. However, that is a great area of flat land for something like that. Let's try it. Fair enough. We'd like some clean drinking water, please. I can get down with that. Sure. Give him a little hop there. All right. They should have plenty of power. So we should see some of those green businesses become purpler as they get boosted by the park maintenance team. Doesn't quite reach up into the Bryn, but I think that's fine. It can reach Lake Consternation, and it can reach Promenade Park quite easily, so that's not a bad placement. We'll let it do its magic. We'll check back later. I see we're having power issues. Is that a genuine we are low on power? It seems to just be here. We are low on power in our hydro zone. So it's probably about time to try to connect the grid up. I could just run a long, expensive power line near the border here. That may be our best bet, as silly as it is. For a couple $1,000, we can fix this problem. It'll make us have full access to the solar updraft tower here, which I think is our main power generator. So Now, the only isolated system that remains is the 2 rail stations off of this windmill. We'll check back in with that later. That should be good. Aha, yes, trash service in Beach City. That's something I've completely forgotten about. Right now, the only trash zone they have is all the way over here. Probably not ideal. Let's give them another one out near this border. I really wish we had the incinerators up, but we do not. Or do we? Yeah, we finally do have an incineration plant. I can't believe I missed that. I forget when that activated, but I've been waiting and waiting for that. Or no, is it the recycling centers I've been waiting for? I forget how we did this. My old plan, before recycling centers were available, was to always use incineration plants because that doesn't fill up, is the big thing. But I don't think recycling centers fill up either. I think they're in a constant state of working. Yeah, they take garbage reserves and they process them, so I think we'll be just fine continuing with recycling centers, and we won't get full. So let's put it as far away from the beach as we can. It's gonna mess up some of our trees over here is the problem. We don't have a real good area for it. Actually, let me just take it all the way back to the rail yard, maybe? I'm going to have a free-form road come over here. Sorry, power lines. Just do something kind of silly like this. That should give us plenty of room to expand, not only off of Beach City into the forest, but from the rail yard in, which will give us plenty of opportunities. So, recycling center out here. We'll need to run water back here, but they already have the power line right off. That is fantastic. I'm just going to take it all the way back to this curve. Perfect, right about there. Let's get it some water. And then I have to go back and redo that power connection. Don't forget. Just make sure this is all ready for expansion whenever we choose to make use of it. Alright. Power, water, roadway. Go across there again, and this should fix our trash collection issue. Ah, okay. I don't know why I was so confident that would work. Foolish me. Practically taste it. Don't taste it, kids. That's very electrocute-y. So, I think that should be the last of the improvements I need to make. We're now in really good shape to start building this whole zone out. We'll have something else along the corner here. This isn't... the roads didn't work in this area's favor, but we'll fix that up. I'm not sure if I want to add another lower roadway here. I kind of like how this has 2 sections of cliff that maybe we should intentionally split it into and reconnect it back up here, perhaps. I kind of like that idea. Let me just do a little finagling. Little finagling with a curved road, I'm sorry. Let's see what that looks like. kind of like it, yeah. Just two little sections there. That's nice. All right. Let's have just a touch more accessible roadway here. Because I want to start making better use of this shoreline. We have a marina, we have a jet ski rental, fishing tours, restaurant pier. I always like to start with a restaurant pier. That seems to make sense. Is that accessible? Can never quite tell. These ones don't like sink to the pavement as easily as pavement paths do, and then you can visually tell if it's not connected. Let me try to just fix this with a zoning rather than a line there. Will they take me up on that? Please take me up on that. I'd be ever so grateful. Oh, goodness me, how grateful I'd be. Fair enough. Not gonna happen. It's the fact that it could pop in at any time. It makes it hard to go away. Oh, it could just happen. It could go, yeah, happen now. There. Is that going to do it? Perfect. It did. Alright, all connected up. So we have a restaurant pier. What else do we have there? A marina, jet ski rental, fishing tours. That's relatively small. I'm guessing the marina is a bit larger. Not that much, really. Huh. So it's like you might be able to fit two amenities in there. Jet ski rental is tiny. Okay. That's the other weird thing about this road down here. It's like you need to be closer to the beach than I always imagine you need to be in order to place those. And doing so, placing a road close to the beach, destroys the beach, like this. So it's like I'm not sure how you're supposed to have both things. I want beach tourism industries and to have the beach. And it's like, is it a can't have your cake and eat it too situation, or am I just doing it wrong? It may be that I could, like, use these water city park things, because a park path might not affect the landscaping as much as a road affects the landscaping, but then that leaves me with just two fishing piers, basically, and I don't have any of the boat or jet ski rental stuff. So it's like I must just be missing something about water-based leisure that I hope to catch up on. However, I will call this one restaurant pier good for now, and we'll come back to it. I still don't know if they're even making use of it, though. Hilariously. I haven't seen anyone on it, so it may not be fully connected. Just to check. Okay. There. It's like there's a car parked in it. I'm not sure if that's any indication. Someone walking. Okay. Oh, you enjoy yourself. That's fine. so they can reach it. I don't know if they needed that pathway in order to do so. What happens if I remove the pathway now? Person is still sitting there. Maybe trapped forever in a nightmare. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. So if there is a way to have any straighter road access that would give me like direct beachfront property access, that would be ideal. It may be better to do it in an area that's more rocky like this so that you can preserve the beach and then run the road, you know, up this way, say. And then get it close to the water out here where it's rocky so that you still have some building opportunities. That might be the way to do it. Let me give myself just a touch of straightaway here. And then try to sync it up with that a little bit more if it'll allow. Okay. So it's like something like that where it still preserves a lot of the beach. Then I'm not sure how to get people down to make use of it, but it gives you some straightaway left near the water to do like jet ski rentals, boat tours, etc. It's like we need something more like this that doesn't mess up the water quite so badly. Is what I'm trying to figure out. It looks imposing that high for some reason. Alright, that does have power, lovely, so I can delete this. Go ahead and remove this as well. Alright, now I am finally just about done. I'm so sorry. I keep teasing you. Now it's going on 78 minutes, and I haven't done. This will be my final action here. We have this restaurant pier set up. We should now be able to add a couple of things to it. Jet ski rental down at the end. Nice marina. Oh, not enough money. Okay, yikes. Ahem. I've been off on a tangent. Pardon me. Once you get up past that $1 million mark, you get it in your head, and it's like, yeah, I'm so successful. Nothing's ever going to stop me. And then suddenly you have $13,000 in the bank, and you need to stop. You need to stop it now. So we've made some massive improvements. We finally fixed our money drainage issue there. Hopefully we will be working our way back up the right way. This is hilariously ineffective as marinas go. I love it. So again, there's something I'm missing. Like, what it could be, it may in fact be this, is I need keys. There's like a key item you can put along the waterfront, and it doesn't like mess up all the land, and I think it gives you a pathway to build off of. It may be that this, in fact, this concrete piece is a key piece, and it's supposed to sync onto those. I kind of think that's what I'm forgetting. So we may come back around and try to fix this up with some keys next time. Thank you for bearing with me. Until then, I do appreciate it. And you. So, we're climbing up. We're only 1,000 population away from our long-awaited milestone where we will have crematoriums. We'll finally be able to stop filling up cemetery after cemetery after cemetery here and deal with our death problem head-on for those that choose to do so. We'll try to make that probably the main point of our next session, is getting 1,000 more population, putting in some crematoriums, and trying to fix these keys out here in Beach City. We'll see if we can try to set up the whole shoreline just how we want it. I am looking forward to it. This has been such a fun project with you all. We have a ton of stuff I've never actually dived into before, like rail yards and I am really grateful for all of your time and attention here. You might want to fix up some slip roads for this industrial traffic sometime too. Maybe have it connect up over here. Get them away from the commercial. But not a problem for now. I will see you guys next time. Thank you very, very much for your patience and for coming with me on this wacky journey of city planning. I will see you back in Menzoberranzan soonish. Bye for now.